Good evening, friends. Welcome back in time. 2nd of April of 1980. Everything else is the same, almost. I did it again. I started a new game over. Apparently, there has been fires already. As history has not been erased, we have messages from the future. Yes, but they started a new game over the current one using the terrain editor and so on, but this time also deleting stats.ini. So we reset on this, and I can actually open this pane up without the game grinding to a complete halt. That said, it does slow down now too, and this is now possible to view this, and we can actually know what's going on and see that so far this year we're actually doing fantastic. 200 births, 95 deaths, and 1 escape. That's excellent. And while we remember, as long as we remember, if we remember and so on, and turn on some things here. Apparently I did not do that when starting the new game. Well, that's we can change that somewhere else. Experimental traffic pathfinding and that thing. Yes. And I figured why not just to do reset rubles and reset United States dollars while we're at it. Because it could be handy to have an annoying to be without. Yes, it could be annoying to be without, but it. Let's see, you see, yes, look, according to here, this is wrong. All, that's what we want. Yes. Cheers. Yes, it was Eriksberg. En god historia. A good story. Let's see about that. That's actually not bad. That's tasty. Even. So, there's a question mark over there. Should we go and find out what's going on? I'm betting it's related to, something construction thing here. Some vehicle that can't find its route. What? This should not... Oh, this road is being constructed. Yes, you know what? You just have to wait. I think that will be fine with a slight delay in your service. Yes. And let's see, just how dirty are these? Well, no, it's new. It's only been running for a month, so we don't know. Of course, pollution gets reset, but other than that, it should pretty much be the same. 230 workers in steel mill. Very good. Coal heap status is full. This is fantastic. What is it? It's 38,000 people. What the hell? Okay. Well, I'd say that people are not something that we lack anymore. And also, not because of that, but because of reasons. We're actually bringing Molna back to life. Somewhat. Yes, we are. We're going to do it. What went wrong before? Here is a electric heating plant. I don't think actually anything went wrong with the heating in Molna. It was something like starvation or something. Due to problems. Speaking of which, things have burnt down a bit here. If you want to retake Molna, we do have a bit of infrastructure to. We not only the heating infrastructure. We have quite a bit of infrastructure to get done. Yes, we'll have it at a wonky angle. Why not? That was really not my intention. No. I should have reset it, and that would not have happened. We are trying to do this somewhat properly with paved road here. Yes, and then we have one heating plant here, we have one here. This really should be enough. This is enough. As it is, actually. We just need to make sure that we can get workers into every one of these. This one, yes, we could make it easier, but it's still no. Let's look at this. It's plenty reachable here. They can walk to it, and it has electricity. It does. Then we can just move people in. We do need fire engines. That's something that, because they have all been lost in various fires. And actually, they're pretty close by for once. Yes, lovely. Yes, Molna is the central town. It was intended as a central town, you know, the distribution hub to get all the stuff. But then, you know, when Molna was completed, we didn't need the distribution hub that much anymore. It did serve as a great place to built a lot of railroad. Yes, much of railroad has been built from here. Where did the fire station go? It's the one that makes it green here. That one. Yes. So there we go. It feels better that this is 1980 as well. The 80s is a good time here. But before you know it, it will be 1990 again, and then it will be later, and so on. This looks interesting, this street arrangement that you got going on here. Ever think of getting this upgraded maybe? And whilst we're at it. Yes, and it's rewarded me with a fire. What was it now? Flats in Stockholm. It's fine. And lucky for you, you have two pedestrian accesses here. That's why it doesn't go through, I would suppose. Wasn't that thing? Or because it's not possible to do it. It is possible to do. 1,673 rubles. That sounds so amazingly cheap. Yes, inflation is gone as well. It's reset, of course. So everything is really cheap, or low cost, low amount rather. Here has stood an electrical heating plant, and I think such a thing will stand here again. Why did Molna die, by the way? Since they had so much of electric heating plant. I don't know why it did. It should not have needed to. And yes, starvation is a very likely cause. It could well be. If we want a bit of these. Also, thank you, excellent timing. Oh, there we go. Here has stood something. Yes, the bus platform. Of course, in Molna is gone. Whilst remodeling here, should we do anything better, maybe? Well, if anything, the bus platform, the bus platform was a bit involved and convoluted to get to, if anything. For road vehicles, that is very optimized for pedestrian access, of course. Well, since we have a sort of a clean blank slate here, we're apparently removing things. 49 rubles. That's a bargain. Yes. Do you have food? You have meat. You have everything, and in the warehouse you don't have any clothing for some reason. Well, you have that here though, so that's fine. Oh, don't quite understand why you'd go with this particular arrangement, but it doesn't matter neither. Here's another fire station that could use some fire engines, so we'll just pop over here real quick to get a few of those. If we can find the way, which we can. 3 and 4. Oh, we might as well keep this around. We're going to need it probably. And then we click, and click, and click yet again, and one more time. No, not one more time. That's all of them. Right. Otherwise, in materials, I mean, you have steel prefab panels. You don't have any bricks at all. May cause concerns, issues. Gravel, not a lot, but that when we get people in, I think we'll get taken care of. Fuel, steady supply of fuel. Bitumen too. This is crap. This because it's too far away for anyone to walk to, and I don't. What are you covered by? This one. Yes, we are going to build a different one because this will find. I will simply to find too difficult to get workers to. There's a train passing by. Yes. You could really... You could do with the proper distribution office while we're at it. Here, in Molna, maybe. That would be... apparently we have all sorts of plans for Molna now. Distribution office, medium. Out here is good. Can't build due to infrastructure, which is not good. Need flat terrain. Is there a power line that I'm trying to build straight through here? No. That left you up on sort of a little hill. And as we know, getting a road down a steep incline like this is something that this game does incredibly easily, and is very accommodating if you only know how to do it. Such as that. It will not look great though with vehicles and things driving on it, but such is it. You take care of shopping center and pub, train, diesel station, gas station. Okay, that's good, I suppose. You have a terrible tanker for the job. This is some sort of joke. A bad one at that. that you would have such an outdated oil tank. We're going to fix that with some of the best and latest and greatest that we have. If we do oil tank, for example, we have either Transstar, they are in service. These are not in service. It is a bit future though, considering that it is the year 1980. But if I'm going to be concerned about that, we're going to have to retire a whole lot of things. No. Time is a very relative term thing here in den traditionella bondedemokratin. You don't have electricity, but the fire station here does, which is good. Means the power transformer hasn't burnt down recently. I wonder what this was. Probably something important. Could it have been a school, maybe? No, the school is over here. And it's pretty well placed, except for these two poor... but, you know... the situation could be improved here. A bit. Maybe. Depending on just how... Yes, we're... there is no one here. Except for a few houses, and it might well have been one of those, but we aren't that bothered about it at the moment, to be quite honest. And frank. Frank, yes, frank. That's a better term to say than honest, because saying to be honest would imply that you're otherwise dishonest. You know, yes, it's just a way of saying things. School, are you now home? It's no difference. These two buildings, I think that we scrap these. This is what we do. This part... Well, actually, it is only the fire station, I believe, that needs heat out here, is it not? Yes. Otherwise we have this stuff. But they have connections. Yes. Good. That means we'll do a small electric heating plant, small. Yes, we don't want you to connect to a whole lot more than God damn it. This is going to overload the thing. Maybe. But then again, we want it close to the fire station so that we can have the same people man the power station, the fire station. However they get there, I'm not quite sure, but they do somehow. Okay, you didn't want to. Yes, too sharp a turn. You know what? I'm not going to be too bothered about this hookup. There we go. How's that? Pretty good. You know what? We will not use a small one because the big one, or the regular one, uses the same amount of workers, so it's and provides a whole lot more heat and draws a whole lot more current. But it's fine. We shall get to it here. Something was on fire. Something is prone to be on fire much of the time. Now, I always go on about the importance of leaving connection on the medium voltage. It's the same with the high voltage, really. Except that you... Oh, what? No. Yes, you can definitely come out through here. Some other infrastructure is in the way. How picky you've gotten with your poles and things on where you want them. But there you go. Yes, time to get people. I think so. I think this place already had all the heating things. There is... No, wait a minute. Here, there is a quite important thing. To get the town to operate in wintertime. And that is these... A couple of these... What was this? It might have been residential. Yes, we were building yes, indeed, we're building a bus platform. Yes, we are. There probably was a reason that you had it in that orientation, even though it is suboptimal. Suboptimal in so many ways. It is because it is the only way it will really get in here. But that will do. And this one I'm going to pay for. Nice, please get everyone we can here involved. And get stuff over here. Why didn't we have any bricks here? The brick train has been reinstated. Here. New bricks. Where are you? You're at this... Oh, you're still set to go to the rail yard when you're done. You know what, we could really get you... we could have you here. Where is Molna in this list? There it is. You can go here and for now, don't wait until loaded there, but still go there anyway. Yes. Yes, and you're on your way here. Very good. We might need some bricks. It's not a good thing to be completely without bricks. But we have almost 300 tons of steel, so we ought to be fine with that. Right, we do have 300 adult children, so it's a matter of finding them and moving them out to a new place to start a new life, their own life. Here is one place which we can begin with. These two houses have been pillaged for people many times before. But again, there's also a side effect of this restarting is that the first harvest here, the first season, is a bit cheaty, you know, because we started harvesting in May. But such is it. I think we will get to the crop crisis eventually, in either case, I think. If it's going to happen, that is, then it will. And that's a good start. I wonder what else where could they be hiding, those people? Could it be here? It well could be. If we have a few of them scattered about. That's a good, healthy nation here. Maybe this side of town too. The center. You know, since Molna doesn't actually do a whole lot of things, they shouldn't need that much people here either. We want these places populated so that the asphalt plant and things will be operational out here. Yes, very good. So let's see how it fares, Old Molna. That's about it, really, that we're going to do with it, since it had many things. Let's have a look at you. Your heating connections you have to all sorts of places here. And yeah, we got workers, we got things, we got... what we don't have here is optimized footpathing connection to the bus platform. That's eventually where we want them to go, of course. And wherever else they would want to. I did something different now. Yes. So far I burned 33,000 rubles. That was most of that was on whatever building it was. That, yes, this road cargo station, I would imagine. Yes, and you don't... no, but you do have... I don't think I can set this. No, you can't find a path. No, but in a couple of months' time they will be finished here, and you will be able to find a path. And the stocks may last. Stocks may not last. we shall endeavor not to forget about that. And before we also forget, and or not, about other things such as technical services, we shall get that in too. Something like this here in the center of town, I think will can't build due to infrastructure. I wouldn't call this little thing infrastructure. Yes, you can have a fancy street on that end, and we'll have a cheap, or rather free, there, so that you can get going with constructing the thing. So that's good. That ought to take care of much of the center here, really, and the outskirts. As here, the Great Molna bypass, of course. Why doesn't it have one of these already? We're not using it that much. Here's a bus. Food workers from Hantasino. Hi. Where have you been? Do you exist still? Indeed you do. There is actually... Do you ever get any workers to the food factory? Don't know. Workers is not scarcity in Hantasino at the moment. They can travel a bit if they want to. And if they don't, they really don't have lots of choice in the matter neither. Yes, good. I did not intend to remove that piece of infrastructure that was currently in use. So it was a good thing that it was in use. Need a free excavator. I don't have a free excavator. Are you... Okay, they're busy. Screw it then. Now, of course, this would not happen to be the place where we keep the snowplows. Well, it would be the place where we keep one snowplow. And one more. We kept 2 snowplows. If there could be one more, we would be full here. But no. we have a little bit of technical services, not nearly enough. We should have one here as well on this side of town. And why not? We can make use a stock one. It is so ridiculously large, but sure. Come on, if you won't fit in here, I will not use you. No. I saw something. Come on, you want this? We all want this. Right in front of the power transformer. Do we really want that? No. Oh, I see what's going on here. There's a bit of oh, 2 bulldozers you could spare. Here. This is not going to help. We are not going to use the stock technical services thing because it's too big. We're going to use this instead. Overlaps with exist. Yes, there's an invisible power pole. Turn that back off and play something like this, for example. Now we have more interesting things to tend to than Molla here, really. It's mostly for the fire protection. Yes, and we could maybe get a bit more reliable fire protection out here, for example. Because it is very unreliable at the moment. No, you see this looks very good. Okay. I think something has happened in Polochievo. They have gotten their stuff together, haven't they? 5,000 people. Date established unknown. Okay. Avkavisk. It's in the future, maybe. That's why it's... that's gone. That information, but yeah, we can watch this. We can have summaries, which I like a lot. That's great. That's what we imported. Yes, it's been road. And especially this domestic production and things. You see, here we can see all the things that we make. Which is not a small selection. It is in fact everything in the game. A half ton of nuclear waste. Okay. Consumption of resources, industry, nuclear fuel, 1 ton so far. Okay. 0.62 tons in a month. Really? That sounds like a lot. But we still have, okay, we have 56 tons. Should start thinking about restarting the nuclear fuel fabrication thing. And the related such things. Bricks, board, prefab panels, but they're on their way. Yes. Meanwhile, the result of this is 127 workers in here, and how many in here? No workers in here. We are hopefully catching them at a little bit of a bad time. Or something. No. This is not good. Chemists, are you not well? You're really well. You are in fact incredibly well. But you're probably working on Yes, here there are 200 workers, almost, and 80 here. Meanwhile, they're missing all sorts of things. Stop this. You have more important things to do. Another way of doing this could be to do this, since you're not actually penalized for doing this. We've figured out. What happens here is that everyone living in these buildings will go here to work first, and they will wait. And unless, if not the bus picks them up in an hour, they will look for work elsewhere. So we could try and overdo this. Why not? That I want to do, like you're really far away. You'd almost certainly choose something else ahead of this. Well, people are streaming, really streaming into the shopping center here. They do like that stuff. Food, primarily. Yes, and since we have this is great. Since we have the stock, huge shopping center, they will get no. It used to be that they got more than 100% satisfaction from this building. They could get to 125%. Yeah, well, maybe they still can if they want to. No. See, this is more like it. 180 people. If the buses could just make it here. That didn't put a dent in it, you know. How many buses do we have on this line currently? Should we put even more on it? What? How did you manage to get 11 workers? Because you only wanted... Because you're not part of the line. This line. 13 vehicles. 13 buses. 13 times 60. What's that? If we bring out the old calculating machine here. 13, 60. That's 780 worker total capacity. What we really want is more. Let's say we'd want a 1,000 worker capacity. We need 16.2 buses. Well, 3 more is certainly something that we could do as something to get us going, or get us going, further our development. Yes, the year is 1980, but really it is like the year 2050 or something for this, whatever this is, this madness. 2, 3, and 4 more. Yes. All fueled up and ready to go. Very nice. We like so much, in fact, that we are going to make sure that there are more buses available when the time comes that we need them. Yes. Like that. And If we have a look up here, you know, the harbor is finished and everything, isn't it? Yes, and Lisa is docked. And she has swallowed up a whole lot of bitumen. It will be worth $4 million. That will make quite a nice addition to our $500,000 that is currently in our account. Oh, this construction site is not a pretty thing to be close to. It is very slow. It is also really slow to build, but it will be done. You know, we built the Palace of Soviet 2 times, so I think that we'll manage to muddle through. This is more like it, 88% rating. Yes, that's good. We're happy with that. I don't think that no, Stockholm is not overcrowded. Never a lack of living space in Stockholm. Culture capital. And in other news, the steel mill is running, and all of this stuff is running incredibly good. In fact, so good that one train is even out, and the steel for the ships is the regular steel train is out. This is a strategical steel relocation thing. It has managed to bring a bit of steel to the harbor. Really? It's impressive. It's what it is. And the regular steel train, where are you going? Where are you? You have done your round, you're empty and such, but still. Let's hope that they don't need a whole. They could probably use some steel here down in Sarnakova if we wanted to build something down there. But it's not going to happen for a while. Not at this rate. But it's okay. In the coal mine, things are actually pretty good too. You know, operating without issues. 150, 160 or 70, 68, 168 workers. Very good. It could actually be that the commuting line from Katzinjara has sprung back into life a bit. Here goes one now, maybe. Yes, 9 workers, not like a lot, but something. Here's another one, coal, 17, 5. And here's the brick train. Did you manage to bring any to Molna here? Maybe. You might have been, but they have used it. Is anyone in use of bricks, in need of bricks? Not here. They need bricks. And they need mechanical components. We don't have those. No, we don't. Right, where is that train then? That train doesn't go here. All map. Right. Mechanical components. You don't go a whole lot of places now, do you? No. You don't, but allvaret is down there. Yes, it's there, and this really is the first stop. before you. New stop here. Not quite there though, but after Alvaret, yes, you go there, you unload a little bit. Like 19%, I don't know. And then, why aren't you going to this place? I'm sure that they need it. You do go to Oskarshamn, yes, but not here. No, I don't think that we do this by rail out here. No, we don't. It shows up somehow. Stockholm, Kazinstad, you also need to visit down here in the corner. And maybe you should come out to the new town as well. We should do have a railroad going down there, so... This the one? No. Where is it then? I don't have one here, maybe. We fit a little bit of mechanical components in here, apparently. Yes. So this would be after Kazinstad. This would make sense. Yes, unload 100%, sure. Then, for some reason, go to Oskarshamn. What? After here, you go to Oskarshamn. This doesn't make any sense, this route. But it gets to many places now. You forgot the new place, so... Yes, but they get mechanical components anyway. Yeah, it seems that we're fine on mechanical components, and we managed to build all of this. 108 workers waiting. That sounds like a decent amount. 180 workers there and 90 here. It's more like it. It's not perfect. It's not great. But I think that we will... It must suffice at some point, this. Still no chemicals in the warehouse though. Oh. We're using it for all sorts of things. I don't know what exactly, but now we can look. Now we can get... can have a look here. Production of resources. How much chemicals do we make so far this year? Which started in March. Yes, we made 56 tons of chemicals. Who the hell uses all of those chemicals? Consumption of resources, industry. Chemicals. I suppose you can click one level further. No, but we use 68 tons. We're using an incredible amount of chemicals. Don't ask me how or why, but we do. Speaking of which, speaking of chemical needing industry, the most chemical intensive industry there is of course the nuclear fuel industry. You see, they are still missing chemicals here to make electrical components, which doesn't sound reasonable to me. You cannot store or export electronics though, which is good. We could actually we start this up a little bit here with a few people, 20 say, for our own house needs and so on. Like that, something like that. Anyway, But no one is set to bring you chemicals, so what's the problem? You have the Artus Medium Distribution Office too, at electrical components. You unload chemicals, and you load chemicals from Beata's warehouse, where there isn't any. Which would be here. Yes, it would be here. There are plenty of... You see, here's one, for example. It does something. This one is bringing in plastics. This one seems to do the same. Okay. Here, if you were to wait until loaded, here you might actually get some. Every once in a while. Which will probably help. That goes for you too. What the hell are you doing? Are you bringing electrical components from the factory to a warehouse? Good for you. Good for us. Good for everyone. Good for the commune. These roadworks, I should say, it's running without issues, you say? Indeed. It is taking its time, though. But we've gotten all the way to here. No workers or mechanism here. You don't have a paver or a roller or a thing. Hamnen construction office? No, you most likely don't. Yes, you do have a roller. Why aren't you out? I think that we could do something here. We could get, for example, we could take the one of the bulldozers and put that here and buy ourselves a paver. Maybe. You see, it was needed. It immediately got going. You see, they have everything except engineers and workers for the moment. What happened to my tiny bus stop that it got lost in the crash? So we will build another one in here, platform station. Bus stop. Tiny. Now, bitumen is no longer something that we only need to get rid of. Something that is pure, you know, excess or what you may call it, something that we really don't have any use for whatsoever, since we do burn. some of it here. To get nice and warm and cozy. Indeed we do. Molla, how are you progressing? Are you progressing? There's like lots of passengers waiting here. We don't want any passengers waiting here. What is it that you're trying to do? Current demands, food. They are out of food, I presume. Yes, they are out of food. Then we can't be screwing around with this business no longer. We need this road. No, we actually need this road. There you go. Load. Whatever you need. Yes. And this, get rid of it. Wouldn't you know it, here's the technical services. We just need to find ourselves some snow plows for it, if we do have them. We should. Pretty sure I put in an order for snow plows. No. Or there's hiding snow plow. Here. We have a few. If we take you over to here. That said, we really should have put in an order for a few more. Because these were all that we had. That's not going to cut it. We're going to need a whole lot more. There should. Here's another one. Good. Increase. Do not do this so much as you do the other things. And the central one, we regrettably don't have any snowplows for you. No, I'm sorry, but we are going to fix that. We're going to build brand new snowplows for you. Snowplow. Did I just purchase a license for a snowplow rather than building the... What? I have lost all my blueprints. That is very unfortunate. That is incredibly unfortunate. God damn it. I didn't like that very much. We can continue building these though, until we... You see, there's nothing. Yikes. That's going to be interesting. That is actually going to be really interesting. We are going to need an income. We're going to need money to cope. What's going on here? not entirely sure, but it's I think it's working satisfactorily. Here they have food. The only problem with Molna was, of course, that we didn't get the full food the last, half kilometer from the warehouse to the shop. But now, yes, now it's better. And everyone is happy again, maybe. It didn't last long enough for us to lose any people here. That's good. It's very good. You're actually crushing stone too. Also good. That brick train, where did you go? Where are you? Here again. We're heading here, don't head there. Come here instead, to Molna. We need your services here. We could even stand unloading a bit more. To get all of this. Let's see here. Yes, 1 hour. I think that's part 1. Should we say we'll see each other either in autumn or winter time? Somewhere along those. Wonder if we'll get the second harvest. We just might this year get the second harvest. I'm not complaining. So yes, we'll see each other in autumn, and I'll be right back here. And we resume. Right here, high above Molna. I was a little bit worried about Molna and the heating infrastructure, but I think it is in place. The problem was the electricity. Yes, the high voltage. This was dead. This circuit, it is now not dead, which is good. How much are we tasking the twin reactor nuclear power plant? Yes, we have a bit of fuel. 50 megawatts, that's significant. That is impressive. Very good. And we'll see what happens when the temperature drops here. We have two towns that are electrically heated, and those would be Hansasino, right here. Makes sense, it is really close to the nuclear power station. And of course also then Molna here. Those are and I think that Domsaliga isn't. We haven't checked in on Domsaliga in many years. Yes, Domsaliga is also electrically heated. But we managed to bring it down here without much voltage drop, which is pretty impressive. Uh, 8 megawatts, 7 here. What? It's not the same. You know what? One can use this. This is quite amazing to see. We have 8 megawatts through that circuit and 3.7. Right, and here it gets a bit cluttered, but could one even do? Oh, this is. Let's say I wanted to follow my high voltage grid here for a bit and see what happens. We have 3.3 megawatts, 1.4. Okay. What's this? Here we this pass on 7. It goes to nowhere, really. No, it goes there. For clarity's sake, then, whilst we're about, let's clean this up a bit. There, you see, high voltage available. Now cancel that tool before we do something that we regret. Okay, many switches here. Yes, this is the intended heating circuit. Yes, if you want to do electrical heating, it uses a lot of electricity. And workers. Yes, 5 work. No, it's not. It's better to burn stuff. Obviously. Yes, electricity is a very high form of energy. And heat is the lowest form. And yes, it's a very inefficient process. I've been over this before. I'm repeating myself. Yes, I am. But I can go on again about how inefficient this is. Yes, we have a conversion rate here. But if we disregard the potential of the fuel, but just the heating potential, we get about 30% of that heat as electricity. Yes, the rest is vented here in the cooling towers. 30%, yes, in a nuclear power plant. That's about what you get. We then take this highly reformed form of energy and put it through a resistor to heat up water. Yes, we have split atoms here to boil water, to turn it into steam, and to turn a turbine somewhere around here, in here I would suppose. And as here steam pipes and cooling stuff. I don't know how this is laid out. Anyway, the point being that this heat is vented here, and then we take that high form of electricity here and turn it into heat, back into heat, and that really doesn't take any work, you know. All the work has already been done. Yes, it's probably an impossibility in the game's mechanic to have a heating facility without workers. Still though, annoying. Yes, slightly, but think that we're getting the hang of this heating business, sort of. As we can see, out here things have burnt down, I am quite aware, but they're pumping here. This place isn't even full. Are they pumping? They're all pumping. That's quite fantastic. It's still operational. Speaking of which, the population has really exploded. 45,500. And the one thing that we're lacking is the graph of everything all time. Now we can only see one here. But still, we started out at 37 and we're now at 45. I don't know, since the game was started anew, it was a new game, maybe the algorithm for how they procreate is different in the first years. Something, it changes, maybe there's inflation in birth rate as well, I don't know. It ebbs and it flows, it certainly does, but this is a flow. It certainly is. And this forcing people to go to the bus platform was a great idea, because just look at this. They're even out of crops. That's not good at all. But look at this, 415 workers in the oil refinery. If we're going to keep this up, we need to think about. We can see how much money we can make in a short amount of time, if we like. Yes. You see, we even started to fill this up, and the trains are out, and it's all... Yes, at this rate, we will be overflowing in oil or fuel. This is even empty. Damn it. You have oil though. Yes, you have oil, but you need a different or another, rather. Yes, you need another one of these. The exact same thing. But again, you wouldn't happen to have a truck standing at the road vehicles. No. We wouldn't happen to have a truck standing at this road vehicle depot place. Which it's not really the one I had in mind. No, if we have a look around and get our bearings here, this is the one I had in mind. This is the meat area, of course. But right behind it here, yes, this is the one. Pardon me, I had to try and clear this. Maybe that got it. Let's hope it did. I would think it did something. Yes, we have this. This is a bit too... This is a freezer. We have this, which is perfect. Yes. Start. This now also becomes a line. This is sad. Yes. Chemistry crops. Buildings on fire. Heat exchanger in Soviet. Oh no. What shall we do? 13,000 tons of crops. You see, that was quite quick. I mean, bring it on. Isn't the fires set to frequent? Yes, it is. I should not be... I should probably be quiet. Here. Because, yes, that reminds me. This place still has not gotten its fire... It has got fire crew. The temperature in the building is too low. Oh, we have a little bit of a setup here and it has not been finished. Oh, we need to go here and work too. So the people won't freeze. Here, they get really unhealthy. From being indoors when it is cold, but not from being outdoors. Outdoors they're fine. That's all you brought. Okay. Everything all right there in Alvaret? Yes. Everything is all right in Alvaret. So to bring this oil field back online, yes, oil. We do back a bit of pipe, maybe a bit more. And do the same thing to the road. And bring back the pipe. And I think that what we need is an adding thing. Yes, don't try and be clever here. This is a bit too intricate. You know, for an algorithm. This needs the human mind. Even mine will actually do. Yes. What was it that you tried to hook up? Oh, it was that thing. Was that all you needed? Yes, and we can build a new oil derrick here. Replace. Rather, look at it, had a fancy road and everything going to it. Was it any good then? Actually, I think it was pretty good. Yes. Somewhere about there. Pipe, road. Okay, that will do. Ah, there you see. It's burning. You have filled this place up with fuel. I don't suppose you use a whole lot. No, 250 kilograms a day. And we have 1,500 tons. I don't know. But just how many days, work days, how many days consumption do we have here? At maximum, it uses 250 kilograms. Yes, and we're like 5%. So yes, and it is pretty cold. Yes, let's be generous. Let's say it is 8%. Yes, so 250 kilograms. 0.08. That's a 20 kilograms. And you said we had 1,500 tons. 1,500 tons. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Divided by 20. That's 750,000 work days. Work days. Yes, and there are 3 shifts in a day. So that's 250,000 days at current consumption years. They really factored. I haven't factored that in yet. No, that's days. 365. It's about 78.5 years of fuel that we have here. So I think that we can. Your services won't be needed for a while. And this is, of course, the good thing with distribution offices is that you don't have this waste of vehicles standing around waiting to unload things. But it will work quite nicely. And here is winter. You see, winter is here. It's getting white, and the snow plows are restarted. Should we? Here everything is great now. We even have an overcapacity. We have an overcapacity. Yes, we do. At this, you know what? We don't have an overcapacity of. I think at this population is food. 45,000 people. That's more than we've ever been. I think. The train is in. How are we doing here, Molna warehouse, for example? We're doing good. We are doing good, but since everywhere else is very occupied, I think the food factory should be as well. And meat's actually doing quite alright. Could try and increase a bit. Though this is limited by the bus line. The meat industry is limited by the bus line. The food industry is not. This is a stupid setup. We should not have this. We should not have this setup any longer. It is not. It is not sane. This. These workers are from Alvaret. They should be employed in coal mine and and the steel mill and such. And the people of Vavkavisk or here Polokhev, what are you actually doing? I don't know. It is. I mean, at this, it is working quite well though. Right now, although it doesn't make any sense. No, but if it works, why fix it? To make it better, as we unload a few more people here at the meat industry, and the food things seems to be right. The clothing industry is actually doing fantastic. We have a surplus. We even, I think, have a surplus of chemicals. And if nothing signifies that we're back on our feet, other than this fact that we have chemicals in the warehouse, yes we do, 60 tons. I don't know what the wood. Yes, the chemist town, this was a success, this. with these nice buildings. They are out of food. This is not great. We started losing people yet? No, we have not. We have caught it early, but why is it that you're out of food? You have one dedicated truck. That is not enough since a long time ago. You also have this. You're supposed to. Right. You only have. Right. We haven't set the actual shopping center as a thing for you. And therefore you don't know what to do, what to unload and how much. Yes, but that's what we want. Keep it maxed out, please. And if you wouldn't mind hurrying up. And you get your food from here, right? Come on. You can help too. Electronics is the first thing you do. Yes, that's the most important bit, you know. Would you mind sending out a few more? I mean, they are out of food. Come on. Do we have food here? Yes, not a lot. I see. We have a bit more of a problem here than anticipated. We need to bring in a lot of food. Yes. Food train. You are getting a new task. And we are removing this from your task list. This is silly. And you are later. Are you going to do this first? I think that you're going to do this first. Where are we? It's a long trip. But the rail network stretches here. It is untested. It's going to work. Of course it is. We want it off the swage. There we go. And you have 180 tons. I think it's... we should get you going. And then one wonders, should you go back in here and refill on your way back? Colata warehouse, that's not the right... That's not a good name. Mr. As... Förråd. Yes. The warehouse of the chemists. Of course. What else? Do we limit anything here? No. Yes, we do. And we have space for food. We just don't have any food. So that's the problem. The problem is not that the distribution office is stupid. The problem is that we don't have any food. Okay then. But we're getting it in as soon as we can. And I think that since it is truck-based, the current setup, they do get the shipment every now and then. But regrettably, we're out of meat as well. I mean, a town like this, it really should have its own freezer. Yes, it should. You're tempted to do meat on the railway, I can feel here, and that would certainly be something. Although it does involve a whole lot of infrastructure, because you do need... you need this, a cargo train station, which is enormous. Yes, there isn't a smaller one. I don't think there is. But we can have a look. Storage, well, cargo station. Cargo station. Road cargo station, small cargo station, two-way, that would suggest road. This looks like harbor. Road cargo station, rail yard, small. No, there isn't any. So what we need is this, which is not small. No, but still, say we put that in there, and does that mean that you wouldn't? No. Yes, it does mean that you wouldn't. Then we will not put it right exactly there. We will put it slightly to the side as to be bit more amenable here. If this is to happen at all. Not that that's very critical, that connection, but still, it's good to have. And then, food and crops things, meat storage. Yes. Like that. Definitely. And, was that it? Yes, now we just need to connect it to the rail. You made this out to be something complicated. We did it straight through the night here. Like nothing. We could even get... if we don't have 2 long trains, we can even get 2 in here. Yes. We're going to... put a little bit of a signal here and as close as possible here. Can't place semaphore here. But can you place it here? No. Place it here. Yes. Now this only needs its road connection. Could we do a wonky, bad road connection down the back, out the back here? It's in the way of the building that we want to build. Are you already here? That's great. And all, I'm not complaining, I'm just a bit... it's not that far away after all. No, and this will do these people quite good. Monla, you're good. Should you go directly to Beatus maybe? If there's anything left. There isn't any left. No, they were hungry here. They were quite hungry indeed. They left you quite dry there, so you will go home. Beatus, they have 150 tons. We may need to interfere. Don't know. Then again, we have sped things up at the food factory. So, how are things here? There's no food. There is no food whatsoever. Well, there are 45 workers here. 50. That's not a lot. Okay, one thing at a time here now. These people should be getting food very, very soon. I would imagine. Yes. They will be getting food. So we can close that down. There is not enough activity in the food factory. Not by a long shot. Is anything the matter? Not really. Although we have started growing, it's winter time, it's to be expected. People are grumpier in winter. That is completely understandable. We also forgot to play some music for them here. That might do it. Let's see. Yes, the thing, I don't know where these buses are going. Coal. Yes, food workers, that's more like it. Food workers, yes. Food workers we want to keep. It's the other things that we do not want to keep. And there are a few things going in here. Chemists from Follojevo. Okay, there are only 2 buses, but still, this is completely defunct. There we go. And you too. And delete all stops, delete the line. Or something. Close it, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're back in depot now. That's good. Let's head back. What else do we have coming in here? Steel workers. We don't need steel workers from Follojevo neither. We have plenty of them. Maybe not. We'll take them out of service and see what happens. The idea was, this was the idea when we got back into, you know, what is all this now? Chemist, I think you can close that down. Yes, this steel workers. This fire engine, this is called something else, this bus, but it is still here. And that's the last of them. Yes, it was a lot. What else do we have? What's this, for example? You are just new steelworks. You're just something special here, trying to do something which you should not be doing. I'll park you up in here. And what else? Coal. There are plenty of these too. I got a lot of them. I think that we'll use this method instead this time. If we can find a depot that might have enough spaces, I don't know. What about this one? Sure. There has been an insane amount of bus traffic out of Polochievo. We can say that for certain. Cole, you will do this one last time. Food workers, you see, this would have gotten 60 workers instead of 14 if it wasn't for this coal. This, what do you think you're doing? Lumberjacks. Well, that's actually important. Yes, that will continue to do. And they end up in the coal mine unless they get work at the wood cutting post, which, fine. Come with promise of fresh air and being in the woods and doing manly things and using chainsaws, which it's 1980. They are approaching some sort of safety standard. Yes, use a chainsaw, drive enormous machinery in the woods, and so on, or end up in the coal mine with a pickaxe and hack away at it. Yes. Since we don't have any machinery at the coal mine. No. But we do have machinery at the wood cutting post. And we can be certain that it has a chainsaw. Look, because listen. Yes. Let's try that again. Indeed, they have a chainsaw. I think it's a Husqvarna. Or it is. I made a special deal with them to get a few of those. This seems to be running quite good too. This coal heap is full. It's great. That's great. This, you see, we have 200 people in the coal mine. We don't need people from Polochievo in here. No, they're supposed to do food now. Only 111 workers at the steel mill. We need more iron miners, it would seem. If we want to max this out, we were even going to need a second ore processing thing here. But nah. We could do heavy industry mode. But no, we need an intermediate storage or a splitting thing, and no. I think we're good. We're good here, as far as this is concerned. We are ridiculously well off here. So much so that the oil is getting filled up again. That's good to see. fuel and bitumen storage are overflowing. This is a sight to behold. There's lots of workers everywhere. And now they have food here, yes. And now, when things have settled down a bit, or settled out, we don't have as much traffic going every which way. Has it changed here? Not a lot. How many buses are on this? That's coal. What's this? New steelworks. You're also something that should not be out here. As this is very confused. As is often the case. Regularly. What are you doing? Food workers. Yes, this is what we're interested in. How many? 4 buses. That, I mean, I feel it should be enough, because it is not a long way to go. That said, what kind of route are you taking here? You're taking a stupid route. Well, you're taking the shortest route, but it is not winter kept. So the vehicles don't actually take it. Clever. But this is where it's at, and this is what it's about. How many people we get on these? Yes, this is more like a full bus. A snowplow. Yet another snowplow. We could perhaps reduce manpower in the clothing business here a bit. Because I think we have a bit of clothing. They get outdated and such, you know. We don't want them laying around too long. No food in the warehouse. That's because the train is in, and this is simply not enough. 40 workers. 40 workers. No, that won't do. 40 workers? 65. Still, we would like more. Please. This looks this looks promising. This looks very promising. That's more like it. 60 tons you got. How much do they have here? 127 tons. They're still good. This is more like it. 162 workers in the food factory. That's actually a whole lot more like it. And grain, we have as much as we could want. For some reason, though, it's who knows how this works really. It's a mystery. And the food factory has not burnt down since this bridge was built. That's good. That was 2 terrible times in history when that happened. Now, however, is a great time in history. Yes, we get to relive the 80s over and over again. Better and better every time. Look at this. Our television here is excellent. 90%. It is having such an effect on people's happiness that even though it is winter, but people are still a bit down. You know, 76% have a television. That's about as good as I've seen it. How many have a radio? 95%. Okay, so as the final year, the first year with working stats again for quite a while draws to a close, we will do a little summary when the time comes. Okay, actually have some patients waiting for treatment every now and then. Why is that? Is it not warm? Is this? Is there somewhere where it isn't warm, where you're working, for example, and you get uncomfortable? No, but it's fine. 22 degrees. It's minus 16 outside. You will have to. You will actually have to make. You will have to settle for this. This will have to be good enough. This we could also calculate. No, we're not going to calculate. One could calculate how long that would last. Quite a while as well. Okay, there are plenty of people. 812 adults, children, living with their parents because of. Simply because of lack of housing. I think the only town, then maybe that well, Stockholm, I don't think it is full here. Out here, for example, no one lives here. And in these, but these are starting to fill up too. 116 workers without job. That doesn't sound that great. But it's for the culture, you know. As long as you keep this place, and you do. By having an enormous amount of people walking back and forth here. 300 of them, all educated, almost, walking back and forth. If a spot would open up at the heating plant to shower some coal into a boiler, to keep the town warm. Although it is operating pretty close to its peak, so we're using all of it to keep us warm. Here. Temperature in building is too low. What are you talking about? You have this. Why are there so few workers here? What's the matter? Firefighters, you have firefighters. No workers, that's not good. Where's the bus? There should be a bus. This appears to be a bus. There are not really any workers on this bus though. Why is that? Are you sad? You don't have meat, but you never do. There are 63 people waiting here at this very moment. Anyway, the mind got sidetracked on something. There, we are floating above. Here we have the cement silo. We have lots of cement. How is it going with this construction project here? It is running without issues. You actually have gotten all the steel that you need. Imagine that. When we have the steel mill running at, actually somewhat of a somewhat of a speed. Yes, what do we have? This, you know what? I think it's all. I mean, you go from dire straits to completely hopeless dire straits to something like, okay, now everything is fine. We have overproduction, overcapacity, we have over everything now. Let's look at the oil refinery. Here. The smokestacks from the chemical plant and the oil refinery. This is quite something. And here, you know, the trains are even out. And the food factory, the meat, the butchers here, how are they doing? Slaughterhouse. Yes, meat is at an equilibrium. Yes, two livestock farms running at 100% more or less. I think it's enough to feed the population, except for one town, of course, the largest city. It would be right. Yes, although the chemists are getting up there, they might even surpass them one day. Because I think that there is still quite. Wait a minute here before we leave this area. Let's make sure that everything is going all right here. You're down to 109 tons. You are 124. Right. There are two quite hungry places on your route, and it could make sense to go in here and fill up again. The only thing that would be against it would be to lower the amount of traffic going in and out here. But for now, you can go there. Goodbye. And you continue. Yes, you do. 3,800. I think that I don't know. It's difficult to say since we got a little bit of an extra harvest this year. Yes, God Jul, Merry Christmas. We got a bit of an extra harvest this year. So I don't know if our crop production is enough. Yes, the field requires workers or mechanisms to harvest or seed. It also requires not to be, frozen, solid. This is working. Yes, this is working too. This is how it's supposed to be with a small heating thing for the fire station. You know. And now then that we've turned off so many things out of here that went to feed the coal and steel industry. How is the coal and steel industry now doing? 180 workers in the steel mill, 120 workers in the coal mine. I think that will be plenty for our needs. Oh, you're building the freezer down in Kolata there. We have a little bit of ways to go. 15 kilometers per hour. But it's only this bit, then you have clear roads. You're also... What? You're bringing no % of boards. As you couldn't fit one, you forgot one board. What's the matter here? I don't know. But whilst we're here, we have this thing which we are going to assign some work to because we have new rail that needs to be built. All the way down here. Yes, all the way down here. Don't crash, please, game. And I think that's the only one I can assign at the moment. Oh. But that ought to get us there. So yes, we can do a wrap up here this year. We've spent 112,000 rubles for something, foreign manpower and foreign materials. Yes, it's on roads and a road cargo station. That was it. And apparently I hit the dollar button once too. 2 tons of gravel. 238, but it's about right. Yes, it looks about right. What about domestic consumption of resources here? We could have something pretty to look at than the ground, such as the town. Yes, nuclear fuel. This was consumption, right? So 6 tons we consume in a year now, at this point. Let's bring out the old calculator machine here again. 6 tons a year, give or take. And we have 56 tons. Yes, I think that we're making it quicker than we're consuming it. Aren't we? How much have we made? Nuclear fuel. Where are you? There. 0.67 tons. No, we're not making it as quickly as we're consuming it. Not by a long shot. Nuclear fuel. This year, 6 tons, give or take. Was it 56 tons? So that's only 10 years left of the stockpile. We need to get going on nuclear fuel fabrication. Definitely. How many? This is many megawatt hours that we have produced here. And we can see clearly in the winter how it goes up significantly compared to summertime. Bitumen. Fuel. This doesn't quite make sense. I suppose no, because road vehicles are elsewhere. You can see that somewhere else. Vehicle fuel, yes. 6,500 tons of diesel. Meanwhile, how much did we produce then? See, this I've been missing to be able to do this. We produced 15.67 thousand tons of diesel and consumed but a third of our production. Now this gives you an idea for how you're actually doing, which is not bad. And 3 tons of nuclear waste were produced. I suppose that's about half then of the nuclear fuel consumed. I don't know if it works like that. But anyway, the waste disposal facilities here are operating at peak efficiency as usual. And the power plant is also doing rather well. It's actually being used a bit. We could stand more workers in here. But never mind more workers in there. Be a bit more concerned about this. Because we need to turn this up a bit. You see, in the balance now, it would appear that we have a much more UF6. Oh, you're missing chemicals, aren't you? there should be two. We had lots of chemicals down here. You cannot tell me that this is not enough. It might be a problem of logistics. Yes, it is a problem of logistics. We don't have this on rail. We will not get this on rail, but we will get, I mean, once and for all, shut up about the damned chemicals. Yes, håll käft om kemikalier. Shut up about the chemicals. Pretty much. That one is load 100% of anything. Yes. That. And go. Yes, in wintertime this will not be fun. That might also be why we are currently experiencing a slight shortage here of chemicals, but it's also that we don't have enough throughput in getting the chemicals up here. Unload, yes, and this. Trucks, please. Trucks, please. Yes, we are approaching the problem here now of not owning any licenses to build any trucks. Which is not what we wanted at all. It's an unforeseen circumstance. These will do. That was a meat. Those were meat trucks. All of them were meat trucks. These will. They will not do. They will not do at all. These. Yes. These Scanias in a little bit of a funny color scheme. But they will do. It's full, you say. Shut up about the chemicals. Yes, we apply this to truck. Don't go to depot. No, but yes, but you went for a refuel, didn't you? This is already assigned, but it isn't. Yes. Let it settle down, maybe. Now you close down the line, which is yet probably to be a for the covered hull. Yes, there it is. But these are quite broken. They are not working for the moment. Well, let's see what happens when they get back to the depot here. Because when they do, we might be able to do this again a bit, like so, and see if no, at least 2 stations and stops are required. Erase from line. Erase from line. Launch. Add that one. Yes. Load chemicals. Wait. Go. That must do it. I don't know what. Otherwise, what are we currently building here? We're building snowplows. I think that somewhere around here there is. Yes, I think that's enough snowplows for now, and a while longer. What we seem to be lacking are covered hulls. No, they're right here. These are the ones that you wanted. You know, for the previous thing, really. But we get to use them for a later project. Instead, yes. There we go. Get it all in here. It's full. Get the rest of them somewhere else. There is something wrong with this. This claims to have trains in it. I don't know quite how that happened. And it has a hopper car. I don't know, can we could probably sell this. Yes, we could. And that's a pretty decent income too. Are we exporting something? Because the dollars seem to be ticking. I mean, I sell the vehicle, but then they continue to tick up. Well, why would that be? This year. Oh, bitumen. Lisa has left harbor and is out to sea. Of course. What else would it be? Was it 4 million or something that she'd be bringing us this time? That would be nice. Because that would come in really handy if we want to build some vehicles here, other than snowplows, which we would like to. I think. I mean, 1981. Covered hull. This was a bit ugly, regrettably, and a bit long. Really. So, such as these are also too long. This is not a bad choice. Even though it is 20 years into the future, if one is counting, but then again we are really in the year 2050 or something, and one isn't counting. One has given up on that. You know, buying the TranStar series is not a bad choice, because that gives you everything that you could want for a reasonable price later on. But I already have so many of those. Yes, we could spend lots of time here. Is it a problem to continue building snowplows for the time being? Not really. What about you? You are building these, which I would imagine are quite valuable. Brand new vehicle. $97,000. Sure. It wouldn't happen to have fixed this thing. Doing a reset of no. But Molna, I think that you're doing all right. Well, you're not doing great. You're not doing terrible neither. For some reason you're not doing... Why are you not doing great, Molna? You should be doing great. There are very few sellers here in the shop. You are not doing great at all. You're doing quite terrible. So you need to work at the shop. You know. They were unable to visit hospital. Really? Oh. But get your priorities straight, please, and work at the shop instead of the hospital, and people won't get so sick if they get food. I don't know what to tell you about this. They cannot enjoy culture, cannot get food. That's serious. Cannot get meat. Now we got some workers into the shop. You can't get electronics, you say, but there is plenty of electronics here. And it's also in the shop, yes it is. So you should definitely be able to get electronics. Or is it the case that we don't have enough trucks here? Yes, this was a bit of a, you know, it is old. We only have really old vehicles here for some reason. A covered hub. This one might augment the capabilities here slightly. If it would help. You built a freezer on the railway down here to get meat to these people. Instead of just getting a truck. How are they doing here? They are actually finished with everything that is needed to... Yes. Now we just need to buy ourselves a license to buy to build a refrigeration thing. Because I don't suppose we would have one of those handy. Actually, I think that we might. Let's see here, list of trains. 3,000 meters. Cargo wagon. Cargo wagon. No, all map then. Refrigeration thing is not in here. No, diesel locomotive. I suppose they only are if they are not currently hooked up to a train, right? Because this is a refrigeration thing. That's the tour train, as we're going to butcher the tour train. How much is it for a license to build a refrigeration wagon here? Cargo wagon. 200,000 rubles. Sounds like a bargain. Did I get a good one? The bad? I think I got a decent one. So we can build one of those later on. And it won't be that relevant any longer, most likely. But here comes the tour train. Shouldn't we ride the tour train while it's out? And as the tradition is with the tour train, the wagons are quiet until they aren't. Did you have anything on board? No, nothing. Pollution monitoring station in Alvaret. Okay, it will be fine. That's quite a spider web, you know, of wires going every which way. Or a bird's nest, or a snake's nest, or whatever term you prefer for tangled up wires. So, if one could be allowed to move these wagons around a bit, maybe. Yes, we have you. We're currently doing a little bit of crazy things. I dared use the Control H. You never know if it's might crash the game, and it might not. Meat is here. This is where you're going. There. Load. Meat. Wait until loaded. And then go down here. Somewhere around here anyway. Right about here. There. Unload. Wait until unloaded. And get going. This is meat for the chemists. One little wagon. I guess they can't go through that much meat. This takes 25 tons after all. That was something there which I didn't like rendering. And go here instead. This works much better. Yes, we can even go down below and have a look up at the mess. We have lost a few people in winter here, but not too bad. Why can I not click last year? That was the entire point. I should be able to click last year. Disappointed. Maybe it will work later on. Well, there is still something going on with the demographics situation, maybe. But at least the economy is working. No, we cannot do last year. Oh, we can only look at current year, then apparently. Well, whatever. It's better than it was before. Money-wise, we are exporting bitumen like crazy. Like crazy. Well, Lisa is out to sea. Spreading the bitumen around. Now these numbers don't quite. Oh yes, we've sold off some trains too. That's right. Now this name is not proper. This is. Chemistry meat. Kemikött. Yes. Very quietly making your way here across the landscape, aren't you? Yes, you are. Where are we here in winter? We're in January. Seem to be doing alright so far. Seem to be doing quite right. Molna didn't fare too well. Maybe it was due to the famine, slight famine. But there we can have a short little train. In the sunset, I think this isn't it? It was daylight, was it not? I don't even know. And that wagon is not sounding alright, quite as it should. Now, if we wiggle the camera about here, no, it doesn't help. Whilst we're in the area, we should have a look here. You see 10,000 tons of crops in January. Yes, we got a double harvest. I think that we need to think about expanding crop production even more. Actually. Population is dropping. Is it dropping anywhere in particular? Stockholm seems to be dropping. No. I don't know. We can look here. This month, births, deaths, people are dying slightly faster than they are being born. But not by a lot. No. This is good. This is very good. I'm not worried about the food production, but the availability of the resource, the crops, might actually be slightly approaching its limits. That said though, we do have quite a bit of food, 2,000 tons in total. Yes, but we should probably have more. I don't think it would hurt. No, it wouldn't. We must fix that. We must fix that, but it's in winter time. It's not that easy to fix because, well, here would be an obvious spot for a farm since it's in the area and everything. But there is so much high voltage going through here. Yes, just forget about it. And then we have out here, which apparently has a fire station. With somehow firefighters have managed to make it out here. That's at least one. That's impressive. This, I think, is an occasion where we could use one of the heating plants, small heating plant. There's the power line, but You can draw your electricity from the substation. You know, that's fine. And then we'll add that. Like so. The bus, it is coming. Get in 9%. Maybe you should get in a few more. Will this do anything, you think? It only has the fire station to heat. It must be able to cope. Yes, it is coping. And the water tank is rising. Slowly but surely. As it is here. As if there only were 3 more workers, they could turn the knob up a bit more and get more heat. So should we do more food production then? I don't know. I think that what we should do is end Act 2 as Act 2. It's grandiose. It's workers and resources, and it's Dr. Pluding saying that we'll be right back. And we casually resume here, right about where we left off. At least position-wise or something, and also continuation-wise, except the time has passed. What has happened to the population in the meantime? It has not gone up. It has not gone down immensely. Neither. It is steady. And the snow is thawing. Lovely. Spring is upon us. Spring will be here shortly. Meanwhile, how is it doing? It's doing pretty good. How is this doing? It's doing incredibly good. How is this doing? It's doing quite good too. What about that line, shut up about the chemicals? Is it working? Are they shutting up about the chemicals? I don't know. Seems to be quite a bit of chemicals here. It isn't working. Right. Well, there is something about it. Something is wrong. No. You're actually transporting chemicals, but they have 23 tons available here now. Out of 27. We should maybe allow for some more chemicals in here. What is it? Plastics take up a lot of space here. Chemicals are certainly needed. Maybe we should build a dedicated chemicals warehouse up here, since everything here needs chemicals. And we could put it on the railroad as in here somewhere. Of course. It's a very feasible thing to do. Here, for example. I think it may possibly be possible to do. Let's see. If we do a warehouse, like about here, somewhere. We do not. I don't know why that was ticked. It did something. Closely, and there we go. And then we do some railway. Although it's not as simple as that, is it? No, it's not. Damn it. That's not going to work, because you're going to need to do... Well, it's... But yes, that is going to work. Technically. We're going to have to auto-purchase it to make it sort of reasonable. But it is going to work. This, however, should definitely have a great road cargo station. And I think it should have it here. Shouldn't it? Yes. Like that. And then we put a road down the middle here. You know what? Let's not screw around with this. Yes, we've proven that it's possible to be self-reliant. For now, we just want a paved road here, please. If we could have. Thank you. 19,000 tons of bitumen pays for quite a bit of stuff. Here, when the game is newly started and so on. I'm looking through here, but I lose track of which tracks I played during which evening and so on. They're probably the same tracks all over. Yes, they are. There's not that many to choose from, from the soundtrack. It's getting a bit old, It's very good soundtrack, don't get me wrong, but it's getting quite old. As is the game, and especially this form of whatever this is supposed to be. Right, will this work, you think? Yes, actually, I do think it'll work, because trains will come in here, and they'll go in here and out here this way onto the roundabout and onto the network and so on, and therefore I think it would work quite well. I wonder how the meat thing on the rail is doing. Let's go and have a look right here. You mean here? Yes, this is where I mean. It's a bit unfortunate that the freezer right here is without electricity. I would imagine that the meat would not taste very, very nice. Going on here for a bit, did not mean to auto-purchase that one. It happened quite by accident. You're allowed to make a mistake every now and then. This is the reason I kept this window open here. It was to even get to build this rail connection here. There you go. That's where I meant to click. However, I didn't lose track of what I was doing. I was doing this electrical wiring here, and what's this? Is yet another completely nonsensical wiring job. Yes, but apparently it's busy here going places. Right, the U distribution office. You don't have a freezer, do you? No, you don't. But you nevertheless, You could go there, and you now can also unload meat at the... Oh, that they did not like. Something about that it did not like at all. Right. Let's see what we got here. Regards. Wonder what it was, and that we did. Game had been running. Okay, so that autosave is 4 minutes old. We're up to something. We'll see. You never know with autosave what you were up to. You might have been up to some project. You might have been up to no good at all. Or you might have been in the middle of something. You never know. Mouse wheel changes road curve. Yes, indeed it does. But if it was, when I was singing along here and things, I think I was getting a few things done there. I don't know what they were. I have no idea. We shall see what happens. If the game will load up any day now, this is maybe a way of doing it. Is improvising lyrics to the soundtrack of the game. I would not call them lyrics, no, it's only a way of doing the usual thing, but except of doing it just speaking regularly. Here you do it, but speaking along with the music, as if you were singing along with the music, but you're not actually singing along to the music at all, because these are not lyrics at all to be considered. No. What are we up to here? It seems to... Yes, we got all the way on this. That's good, I was just about done with that. I think... This looks promising. Looks very, very promising. Is it what it looks like to me? Let's go and have a go again at the thing down here. The freezer in the electricity. It was probably this piece of track. Building this piece of track would crash the game, I think. So we now don't for the moment. Maybe it might have been something completely different, but that is definitely a contender. Definitely contender with those things. Cute. And here we were doing, electricity for this thing. That's what we were doing. And for some reason this was ticked. Not supposed to be. But this, we try a different thing here maybe. Not going to work any better. No, it's not. It's not going to work well at all. Well, it is going to work in that it will provide electricity for the things. So you cannot argue with that. And I don't think anyone is actually arguing about it neither. Angle of connection is too sharp, you say. Yes, but if you do it this way then, and if you are not so stubborn, but if you come around here, yes. There you see, and then we hook this up to some sort of to call this road is a bit much, but this line drawn in land to say here we can drive motor vehicles, yes, and get to things, get to going, doing things. So the meat here will get better. This, maybe it was this assigning this thing, that thing. I think that we should try and do here. This is like TBD2 21. Yes, but it's 0.1 or something since it's a restart, but a restart. It's a continuation, it's a different... But the numbers doesn't work. I still can't do it last year. That's very unfortunate. I would like to be able to compare and such. Yes, we cannot get it all. It's the way it is when you mess about with things under the hood, which you're not supposed to. You get what you get. But this is good. We are building up meat, but the one reason that we might be building up meat is that we don't actually have anything consuming the meat. But we should have freezer trucks. Yes, around here. Oh, this is not good. Who let one of you in here? Too many. It's bound to have consequences. Beates you're going to, and you want to go to Oskarshamn. You know what? They really don't need that much prefab panels. You can go home. I don't know why that would have happened. My railroad should be secured against all these sort of things. I might have manually sent... I might actually have manually sent a train, told it to go to a different stop in the middle here of this thing, and then made it turn around in here at an inopportune time or something. Yes, I don't know, it will take a little time to untangle because there's quite a queue out there. Is it, has it gotten bad? Yeah. Things don't get bad in that way nowadays, now do they? Except that we do have decline of people, which I don't like seeing, and I can't quite explain. Are you unhappy here, people of the culture capital? A little bit. It's probably the lack of meat that keeps you a little bit down. But that's the way it is being vegetarian. You're just going to have to deal with it. Yes, but you have at least procreated now to such an extent that you have adult children. And you're producing the most excellent of television. Much cultural enjoyment for the people. Yes. If we look here, it's pretty good, considering that we have no theaters or anything. We just have television and radio. Sports are on the rise, though, which is a bit worrying. Yes, we should have alcohol and television. However, this probably means that lifespan 8 years. Yes, sounds pretty good. 1,300 adult children. 1,300. Yes, we don't need to spread anyone around. The only place that is not, overcrowded, I really could not say it is overcrowded, is Molna here. It is not overcrowded. I'm not even sure it will survive left to its own devices. It might. It might. They have workers waiting at the bus platform. That's good. I don't know quite what they do, if anything. They should be working here, but I don't think they are, because these people are living in Polohevo. Yes, they do. Oh, Polohevians that we got working here. And yes, the grain situation. How much? 7,000. And another 4,000 in there. And 7,000. That's we could have looked at, but we can't look at last year. But the domestic production here last year would have been very interesting, as so far we have not produced a whole lot of crops this year. We have consumed, though, crops. Crops. Yes, two this year. Crops. 3,700 tons. Yes, on the 7th of March. Okay. It sounds like a bit. I think this actually uses quite a bit of crops. Yes. It does 5 tons a day. Work day. It's not a huge amount, but it's a couple of fields. It certainly is at this rate. And the end result, well, you do have chemicals. Well, but the shut up about the chemicals line, it's not doing enough work. It's not. We need even more trucks on it, I think. Or no, we don't. What we need more trucks on. What we need trucks on. Yes, we do need more trucks on it, but it's going to a different place. It's going to goddamn chemicals here. It's running without issues. It's 6,500 rubles left. This sounds like nothing, but you know, look at the progress of construction here. Not gotten far. And how about nuclear fuel? Are you working? Yes, you are. Good. How much nuclear fuel have we produced so far this year? Nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel, 1.5 tons. Okay. And consumption, yes. Consumption of nuclear fuel is what? Where are you? There. At the top, yes, 1.85. And so we're catching up. Is what we're doing. Is pretty close now. Not quite there yet, but this way I think we have extended the lifespan of our buffer with about 100 years or so. So a better tomorrow is certainly, as always, in our future. Yes, Colin, you're tired. You're sleeping. Yes. But you look content. You looked worried for a long time, for a time now. But you look content now. That's good. Yes. That is good. I forgot to bring a drink here for the third installment. That's this installment, the third part. No, that's too bad. It really is too bad, is what it is, and especially if I keep doing this, it will hurt my voice a little bit maybe. I don't know anything about things such as those. No, I really don't. Cannot store or export electrical components. We could shift the workforce over to the nuclear fabrication thing here. If we increase a bit here and there, that ought to do it. Like that. Do we need to decrease the workforce here? No, I really don't think that we do need to decrease the workforce. You know, one thing that one could do here is to try and concentrate all our excess products here somewhere, for example, in the middle of the map. Or somewhere else for further export. You know, we can do containers and things now. You know, we could have a packing town. There is an unfortunate mountain here, an unfortunate lake in the way a bit. Other than that, it is very nice and flat, right about here. Don't you think? But I think it is. And we're going to even paved road out here. That's quite fancy. So let's reuse it then. We're eventually going up here. Here we could get the quarry in. There's a rock. We wanted to do things really properly. Yes, why not? Like so. Up to here for now. And this will actually just click the button and get done. And one more thing, we'll just click the button to get done. Which is a construction office. Construction office, where are you? Works a lot better with a bit of music in the background. There, what are you looking for? I'm looking for construction offices. Construction offices. Construction office like one of these is what you want in right about here. I think about here somewhere. Yes, a huge construction office. And get it built, get it built, get it built, get it built. What can we find in the form of vehicles if we go to the correct place, you think? Like here, yes, like here, like here. What do we have? Rollers? Do we have the? No, those are okay, we have a few tractors. And we probably have quite a few snowplows. Yes, quite a few. That's the only thing that we currently make. So, yes, I'm going to try and sell all of them or something to the Russians maybe. They might need them. Let's see, for fair tree capacity, no, but you know, dumpers are really good to have. We wouldn't happen to have any of those standing around. Yes, Scania's here. If we take 4 of those, for example. Yes, four dumpers. Open house, quite a few too. Yes. 23 tons you can take. You take only 9 tons. Well then. Here is a road vehicle depot. That's here is a road vehicle depot. Interesting. We'll have 4 of you too. Do we have any? We don't have any. You know. No, we don't have any. What should we call it? We do have excavators. Good. This will take a while to drive over. One could load them up on the flatbeds, but no. 3 excavators, I think, but we don't have any bulldozers. The excavators get with here somewhere. I hope so. Doesn't look like they did. We can try again. Is it possible to sing along with this song? This is quite a quick track. It is difficult to improvise the lyrics. Again, they're not lyrics. No, they're not. This time we got them. Let's have 3 or 4 of them. And then get right on building some bulldozers right here. There is this really nice one, which is really expensive, I think, but I can afford it. That's a lot of bitumen. It is what it is, but we can afford it. A bulldozer big. It's too big though. It's not possible to transport around because it has an empty weight of 20 tons. No. Speed level is 35 though, which is quite good. But if we have a look here at the bulldozer, the Stalnik, which is cheap, yes, pretty decently efficient, and I think that's what we'll have. You can even quit this, cancel, and do that. Right, these now we're taking them to the newly built construction office here in the center. Yes, the idea was to gather all the excess here, right? Here in the center of the map. And then decide on what to do with all the wealth. Why? We already have all the wealth spread around all over the place. Yes, but it gives us something to do here. What are you doing? I'm not sure what's going on. You're heading to depot workplace, okay? If you say so. Might get stuck behind some diggers. But be patient and get used to it. Because we can't be bothered to load them up on these here great flatbeds, you know. Right, so that does it. And you said you were going to do a quarry. Yes? Apparently I did. A gravel quarry. Yes, this looks like an excellent place for it. Yes, it does. And then we could have a stone crusher down there somewhere. And fire station and a little thing here. Yes, I think so. Should we even have street lights inside? That might be a bit fancy. Should we do paved road, really, for this? It will take them ages to get going then. Yes, but anyway, that we'll have. And we'll have a street here, road even. Yes, and then a gravel quarry somewhere. Gravel quarry. Still in here. No, it is in here. No, it's not. It is in here. Gravel processing plant. Yes. Right down the junction here. I need a free excavator. As I realize that they are coming, but they will be a while. What do we do whilst waiting for them then? New farming area, maybe. Here. Would be something. Yes, it could definitely be something. Here? It's not a bad choice except for the hill here. We should we do this a different style. We see just how far up the hill we will be able to go and use that as our guide here. Need flat terrain. You don't call this flat? This looks pretty flat to me, but okay. You don't want to do that, but you're fine going further down there. We don't want you to go further down there, though. We want to try and squeeze in a few here if we could. Like that. Something like this, yes. And then leave space for the road. And farm. And you need flat terrain. This is flat. Just grumpy. What you do? What you mean is that you need birdig. What do we call it? You know, ground that is actually you can grow stuff in, and which isn't rock. This is rock here. Which might be a bit tough to get stuff to grow in. Yes. About we can do to that field for no reason at all. And do here. And then out here. Did that leave space for the farm? No, it did not. It did not leave space for the farm. But I think we'll have that. And farm. Agro farm. Right, remember that we need to sneak a road back behind here too. And we need to get a road cargo station. This is not a good place for it. But this is where we want to have it. In the center here. This is then not good placement of things. No. We remove this field. Yes, and we add a few out this way. I think that this is about the limits of what one agro farm can be expected. Now this leaves us all sorts of space for activities here. We can have the we can have the agro farm. We can have we should have that pointing that way preferably, and then also have space for road vehicles depot here, please. Road vehicles, road cargo station. Is what you mean? Indeed. Is what I mean. There you go. And now these things are actually happening here with the road. We could get even more construction offices involved. Did we do that thing? So no, yes, we did. Cheat mode deactivated. Cheat mode activated. Yes. Good. Thank you very much. That's the agro farm, and it's also going to need here a gas station. And these things are going to need road too. Yes. Now we can actually go from here. Yes, eventually we can imagine a road network stretching out this way. Where it would go, I'm not quite sure, but there you have it. Like that, and then we'll pull little mud paths in here for these. And for now, a gas station right about here would be a very good place. Yes. There we go. Now all we need to do is electricity. Which shouldn't be that hard. Auto purchase for no. Do not auto purchase resources. We bring our own. Thank you very much. Now the electricity, medium voltage. Medium voltage switch right about here. Or something. I think that we could maybe squeeze in a few more fields here. Then again, it's not really necessary. No, it's not. Do that, and then a bit of that. Then I don't really know. Here, for example. Here's a good place. Or here seems like a good place. Deceptively slow, so maybe. But I don't think so. I think that this is an excellent place. There we go. That's all of it. You're missing gravel. Well, good news is that a gravel quarry is in the works right here. And you have started, things have started showing up here. Now, the closest source of gravel for you at the moment ought to be over here in Molna. And asphalt and things as well, so you can go here for now. Gravel, asphalt, concrete. Workers, you don't have any buses. Why did we choose these trucks? They cannot load vehicles onto flatbed. I'm pretty sure. That's suboptimal. Yes, it is. We need to buy ourselves because we don't make these pavers. We have never made these. Here we go. And bulldozers, I think that they should be about ready. Workers, where should we get workers, you think, for these projects here? I think Polochevo is a good place. Is a good choice. And actually, this bus platform in Polochevo, it is very underutilized nowadays. There you go, steel for the moment. You'll have to bring in from over here. Not bricks and prefab panels and things you get from here though. Boards, mechanical components, here, electrical components. Here, I'm pretty sure. 11 tons. It's limited to that for some reason. It doesn't need to be. There we go. Now, you would also like presumably some buses and other things. Let's see what else we have. Here in the brand new department. Here we certainly have buses. 3 of those maybe. Yeah, 3 of those. And bulldozers, of course. Bulldozers. They should be done. They have been transported already to somewhere else. Where are they? Now here's the problem when you have the setup that we do here with a truck delivering vehicles from the factory to various places here, and then you pick vehicles from every here and there, and they get spread out. It could also be that they're not done with the first one quite yet. It might well be the case. So there we go. Did we get the stone crusher in here? No, we did not. We only got the road. Gravel processing plant. Yes, here. Where? Yes, here I think. Oh yes, that's what's snarled us up before. And now you have 3 excavators in there, but do they have fuel? No, they don't. No, that's not an excavator. The excavator is at work here. We can do this then. You see, it was such a tiny. Do that, and then do that. Oops. Apparently that got that road built. Yep, that's not going to hurt a whole lot. Now, we need a storage and a cement, cement, not cement, the other thing, concrete, and asphalt. So a large aggregate storage. It wouldn't make sense to have a small now, would it? Yes, and you like to take your stuff that way, which actually suits our purposes quite. No, stop it. This is not how we're supposed to do things. Here we go. You see? Does it? Here. And I suppose that road could go out to there, like that. And then, but not, because we're going to need around here. We're going to need one of these the conveyor pipe engines. Yes. You know, when you're dealing with the aggregates, these are second nature, all of these two, but then you forget. Road crossing, conveyor road crossing. Yes, this is the good one. This is the one we want. Something like that. Exactly something like this. Because then I believe this also works as a splitting thing here. It doesn't work as an adding thing here, but I think it works as a splitting thing here. Does it not? It might not. But I believe it does. Anyway, we should have that. No, we'll have, this is much more like it. On the other side here, we should get ourselves asphalt plant. asphalt plant. About there. Or about here maybe. It's about here maybe. And also we would want a concrete plant here. Something like that maybe. Do we need luxury street here? No, we don't, but we're getting it anyway. We want it to be nice. All the people here. So, stone crusher and these things, and the regular setup of two bus stops will do quite nicely. Like that, but we'll go with a tiny bus stop here because I want a little tank in here if possible. It might not be possible, we can have it out there in that case. Anyway, platform station, tiny bus stop, tiny bus stop. Yes, and let's not fiddle with that street for some reason. Pipe, oil fuel storage. Yes, why not? It's pretty good. Right there, and all of this is going to need electricity too, and I have a feeling that we should not take more of this medium voltage circuit that is out here. We should get proper high voltage. What's this, for example, out here? This is only like the main backbone of everything, or what is it? Oh. This is heating. We can cut heating off a bit. Just to get in a switch about here somewhere. Yes, here. We just tear down a little bit here. Yes, careful. And the high voltage switches actually we'll just put in here. We'll get the road to them eventually and everything. But at least to restore service to service to the grid. We're doing it this way until that point. Now we're not doing it anymore. You come through here and to there, and I don't know. It's quite a long way away. And if you catch fire, we are pretty much doomed here, as it stands right now, anyway. I don't want to mess too much with this area yet, because this is where the riches will be. So we'll simply cross our fingers that it will not burn down, and when it burns down, we'll replace it. Right, we could have more working on this, and it might go quicker. So apparently it looks like we're building the basis of, a real construction industry here. that will be able to handle everything locally. Which is nice and all. Still, it is going to take it a while though building is without power supply. You don't say. Where are your diggers? They are not here yet. There's a paver. That's an open hub. Dumpers are out. No. Yes, you are out. You're somewhere. You're standing still though. Oh, you're waiting to be loaded. It doesn't go that quickly here. No, we haven't built a loader, so they're probably shoveling it on. Yes, you're doing fine here now. Still though, the population of the realm is diminishing ever so slowly. We might have hit a ceiling here as well. People are escaping. Yes, that's what it is, because the birth rate is good. It's the escapes, it's the adult children that we don't have anything for quite yet. Right. But look at the town like this, the chemists here. These buildings are getting full now. You see, they are all full now. Does the chemists even have adult children? No, not yet. There are still places on the fringes here where I believe it might not even be possible to walk to the shopping. Yes, it is possible to walk to the shopping center. They can't walk to the bus platform though, so they cannot work here, but they can work locally. You cannot store or export chemicals. What happened to that chemical warehouse? Chemical warehouse. Yes, there's supposed to be a chemical warehouse in the works up here somewhere. At the crazy junction, and it's done. This one is, we need a train for this. We wouldn't happen to have a whole lot of boxcars standing around here now, would we? No. Actually, we do have 3. Did we have... Yes, let's say I wanted this locomotive. Can I uncouple? It's not helping that the frame rate is... no. Free yourself here from the thing. Be free. Be free. Be your own independent. Yes. Can work with this. Although I would like a whole lot more covered wagons here. What do we have here? We have locomotives, we have open, we have hopper, we have no covered wagons. Next in line is a refrigeration thing. I think we should do a cargo wagon. Do we have cargo wagons for $? And what would that be? Double-decker container type. Oh. No. We're keeping to something known to work. Maybe this. They're about the same, really. Boxcar for livestock. 55 tons. We'll have that one. And then we'll put that in the queue. A few of those, although it will not be relevant when come on, please hook up to the locomotive here. That's what you're supposed to do. No. Okay, we close it and open it again. It helps sometimes. Such as this time. Yes, and now it ought to be safe to press Control H. Yes, it was. We want you. I forget almost what was it that we wanted you to do again. Something. Bring chemicals. Yes, but chemicals. We don't have chemicals on the railway. There is no railway at the chemical factory now, is there? Or am I... No, there isn't. Right. Maybe we should have thought of that before. Here. No, indeed. This warehouse should be connected to railroad. Then maybe it is possible to do at this crazy junction here. Railway crossing is too sharp, as I understand. Would it be possible to take it off this one? No. Like that, no. Angle of railway crossing is too sharp. But that is apparently acceptable. Okay. I'll have it. We'll try and do something not too terrible here. Like so. Yes. Exactly like so. And then put a little semaphore in here. That will do it. Valkauisk Rail Construction Office, where are you? We need you. So on. Where did it go? It's over here. Get going on this, please. Railroad connection with that thing does not exist, but it got... I believe it did get that in. Yes, that's enough. And this would be the food train coming. And they have barely put a dent in the supplies since last time it was here. What about the other stops on your line? It's... Come on. It's good. It's all good here. It's all good. It's all good here indeed. 3 hours, 25 minutes or so. Okay. I think it's time to end. It is, but then I can never, ever really let go of this game. It's just impossible. You cannot store or export chemicals, but we're about to change that significantly, and to that end I think that we should actually increase production here at this place a bit to because it's been running ridiculously slow for the longest of times. And this line, fattiga tider kärnkraft, this is not making any sense. This goes here first and unloads people. It makes sense, but not at a time like this when we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers here. I believe we do. Don't we have a dedicated vehicle worker line? Yes, we do. That's what we want to use. Here, 2 more. How many of these bulldozers have you made so far? It ought to be a few, I think. The question is only where you put them. It would appear to be right here. We shall drive them over to here. Which is sure to take a little while, but you see the diggers are arriving. Although when they can't get here, they will not have fuel to do any work, I don't think. Anything else in here that we could have use for dumpers we can always use, but that's about it. Road crane, we're currently not building road cranes neither. We need to be building road cranes. And I happen to like road crane. Happen to like this one for some reason. Yes, ruble account is going down, but it's fine. It ought to be fine. I don't know what. We're really not using that for anything else than buying licenses to build vehicles, are we? Nope. So what were you doing again? You were, I think that there was something down here with regards to chemicals and things. Yes, this will finally put an end to the lack of chemicals up here, I hope. Hopefully to such an extent that we could get this rolling at absolute maximum. Right. All of it. This is kemi. A chemical warehouse. Chemicals is what you get from there and nothing else. Just to be safe, we'll do this too. Apparently you're without power supply out here. That's no good. There is a connection there, which is not easy to get to, but not impossible either. We could try and get the things in here, maybe. Around the thing we try. What? Building in the way. That's where you go. Right. To there and a substation. Like there and that. like so. Get going on that road. There. A little bit of road here too. And that ought to do it. That will do it. Do you have electricity, but it's far away, I suppose. Yes, it's really far away. And this was supposed to be the shut up about the chemicals, but it doesn't work. It's still not enough. So the train will be like really shut up about the chemicals. If you complain about the chemicals again, I don't know what. After it's in, that is. Currently you can complain a little bit, but we have, I don't know how many trucks going back and forth here now, constantly shuttling chemicals in here, and still you're not happy. Yes, so apparently we're doing a wealth or a surplus storage in here, and we're beginning with the basics, such as road. This place should not be called whatever it is. This is called Sigurdora. See, where is it even? I can't see it. Where's the name? I don't know, but there will be one here. Some Hasa. Rikedomar, the riches with a Q that's not supposed to be there. Let's see here if we can get. Yes, I believe we managed to capture a bit of colleague here on audio. Bit of snoring. Yes. Can we get some purring too? Of course not. Not right now. No. Have this crazy thing sticking that in my face. What are you doing? No. No. I think we got something. She has made audio appearances before, of course, but more in the forms of various complaining sounds. This was more of a pleasant sound. Right, how is this doing? Building is without power supply. Sure it is. We were going to do high voltage out here. Right, from here. Indeed, from here. High voltage wires. Indeed. 15 megawatts will do fine. And we'll take them a bit out of the way here. Try. There. We'll put a high voltage switch. And we'll continue that onto there. And then power transformer. Like so. And like so. And like so. And And a bit like this. Did we get any covered house for you? No, we did not. We will get covered house for you. Like these. Covered house going to here. The covered house for this place will do wonders for getting the little fiddly bits to the construction sites and getting the final bits done. It didn't match up, but all there. It is too difficult to try and keep up. It is better to lay back and find the words as they come to you, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Mostly it doesn't. This might be a little bit easier to do. We should get some proper flatbeds for this construction office so that we can transport utility vehicles and not only materials. Where do you suppose that we have those? I'm not sure that we have any whatsoever. They seem to be gone. Indeed. I only have the logging trucks. Here is one. It's better than nothing. You know what? Since you're doing the trip, you go here. And you bring this digger with you. Not the Mars 305, this thing. Yes, load to that. Good. And now you change workplace depot to here. About close enough to here. You're missing gravel. You have 4 dumpers. Here's one. It's bringing asphalt. This one looks to be bringing gravel. 10 tons out of 30. You are not utilizing the machinery to its fullest here. Yes, I think one more farm will be quite a good thing to have. We have 7,000, 8,000 or so tons of crops here in spring. How much food? 2.4 thousand tons. That's good. Here, are you working on this? Yes, you are. Somewhat. Mostly you seem to be working on this road, though, which is good. Because that will allow us to build all the other things later on. As we're trying to do this properly with good road, which takes time. And yes, it is time to end. Friends, again, thank you so very much for watching. Apparently it's possible to continue. I've stated this before. I will continue to continue for, I don't know, But if you made it this far, if one could consider that you made it this far, if you've been a part of this, please let me know. Please let me know. It would mean a lot. Yes. Good night.